Alan 佢曾經入圍過2020年第31屆金曲獎演奏類最佳專輯獎、演奏類最佳專輯製作人獎同埋演奏類最佳作曲人獎。
Alan， 你比較熟悉你嘅隊友啦，不如隊友你介紹下你嘅每一個隊員啦，好唔好？
好，大家好，我係 Alan，thank you。咁thank you。今次咧好難得嘅，我自己都要講真係好難得啦，因為我其實咧就識咗佢哋好多年啦，咁佢哋係我喺美國嘅時候大學嘅同學嚟嘅，咁咧就我哋因為疫情嘅關係啦，咁我哋冇辦法就見面啦，咁亦都唔想因為疫情，然後就做藉口啊，就令到自己話我其實都疫情啊，我又演出唔到啊，做唔到音樂啊，咁好似亦都唔知道嗰陣時疫情幾耐，我覺得咁落去唔係辦法喎。咁跟住咧嗰陣時咧就打咗電話俾我身後嘅鼓手啦，咁然後就話喂，我哋不如做啲嘢啊，睇下有冇方法。咁我哋都未試過嘅，純粹一個新嘗試。咁就係點樣咧？我哋就將我哋一啲做咗嘅音樂，然後大家喺個 email 度 send 嚟 send 去，然後就大家試下砌啲歌出嚟。咁點知又真係砌到喎，咁仲砌咗隻 album 出嚟。咁上年我哋就參加咗台灣金曲獎，仲有4個提名，贏咗個獎翻嚟。咁就發現咦原來其實有陣時啊，老土啲講啊，有陣時逆境咧就唔係一個藉口嚟嘅，係你有啲創意咧，可以令到你有啲新嘅方法去做事。咁所以呢個都係我哋第一次咁樣做。咁介紹一下我哋嘅同學先啦，呢啲係識咗好多年嘅大學同學，我哋由最左手邊開始 ，Gheen on the keys。呢個留翻一陣先。我哋有我哋嘅鼓手 Mike Luzecky， 佢係我哋嘅 bass player， 佢似邊個啊 ？Lisa。係，但係我哋會叫佢做 Mike Luzecky，OK。佢似邊個啊？佢似邊個啊？英文都佢聽明。OK， 好，唔該晒咁多位，我係 Alan，thank you。
唔該晒 Alan。喺表演開始之前咧，咁俾我講下我對爵士樂嘅印象先啦。咁我其實咧就冇乜點聽過爵士樂嘅，因為咧我最主要就係聽動漫歌為主啦。咁但係如果要講印象嘅話咧，我覺得爵士樂呢個名都幾型下嘅。咁田佢哋咧，
我都比較中意聽流行曲多啲嘅，但係都有時會聽下爵士樂嘅。我就認為爵士樂係一種比較古典 feel 嘅音樂啦。我順便介紹下爵士樂先。爵士樂係19世紀末期去到20世紀初期，由非裔美國人喺非洲傳統音樂變化同發展出嚟嘅一種音樂風格，一直發展到而家變成咗非洲西方音樂文化嘅部分。
爵士樂嘅樂器咧，主要就包括爵士鼓啦、吉他啦、鋼琴啦，同埋色士風等等嘅。
爵士樂嘅類型有 Big Band Swing、Bebop、Cool、Hardbop、Postbop、Free Jazz 同埋 Infinite Architecture 屬於嘅類型 fusion。
Alan， 我哋覺得啱唔啱？
Alan， 我想問下咧，我喺嗰啲古典樂音樂會開始之前咧，全場都好靜嘅，但係嗰啲流行曲咧，表演開始前咧就嘈喧巴歡先嘅。咁我想問下你哋嘅開始係點樣樣嘅？通常？
好啊，咁我哋彈緊嗰陣咧就唔好嘈啦。咁但係其實咧，我哋呢個音樂咧，呢種音樂即係jazz music 啦，大家知道其實係好多時候一開始喺邊度最多啊，就係一啲club 啊嗰啲地方。咁所以其實咧就唔使大家話要好靜，但係咧亦都有少少所謂嘅一啲叫做規矩。咩佢叫規矩咧？又唔好聽到覺得好驚喎，話寫落我係咪要有啲咩嘢要做啊，或者有啲咩嘢要遵守啊？並唔係，係有少少 tradition。我咁樣講可能好啲，係有少少傳統。就係咧好多時候咧，我哋咧有一啲樂手咧會有啲即興嘅部分。 咁你會好容易見到嘅大家一陣。咁即興嘅部分完咗之後，通常咧完晒成個即興部分嘅時候咧，通常我哋會有掌聲嘅，因為我哋啱啱就係 feature 咗一個樂手咁樣。咁所以呢啲係一啲爵士樂嘅少少嘅一啲傳統。咁所以就係話，如果你真係要講到一啲所謂嘅規矩啦，咁就係純粹得呢一個嘅啫。咁當然啦，大家如果覺得 enjoy 高興啊，唔需要好靜嘅，你哋可以拍手啊、歡呼冇所謂嘅，所以係比較 casual 嘅。
多謝 Alan。咁大家不如俾熱烈又興奮嘅掌聲俾我哋嘅 Invisible Army 好唔好？
Thank you。啱啱嗰首歌咧就係叫 Pause 啊，亦都係我哋咧其實喺呢隻碟裏面咧，即係我哋有隻大碟咧叫 Between Now and Never 咯。咁裏面嘅第一隻歌嚟。咁我哋起初做呢個 project 嘅時候，我哋第一首歌就係呢一隻。咁所以我哋都擺喺碟嘅第一隻。咁等大家 set 緊嘢嘅時候咧，咁我又介紹下我哋下一隻歌啦。咁就叫做 Drop Spot。咁呢隻亦都係啦，我哋咁係大家互相 send 一啲 demo 俾大家，即係即係喺分隔兩地嘅時候，咁就做完之後咧，呢隻歌咧其實有好大段嘢咧係我哋嘅琴手幫我加上去嘅，就係後尾嗰段，咁亦都係會有啲似即興嘅部分啦，咁大家可以留意下。咁就仲有就係咧有冇人玩樂器？我想問呢度。樂器啊？有冇啊？有啊，嗬！咦，多好多喎！呢個 musicians by the way， 好。OK， 好。有冇人話？有冇人？我諗彈琴應該最多係咪？彈琴係最多嗬。Testing。係啦，咁講少少啦。我唔知道你哋玩樂器嘅原因係乜嘢啦。嗱，我嘅原因好簡單嘅啫，就係我嗰陣時好想彈吉他。咁就係咁簡單嘅啫。咁我嗰陣時咧就冇我爸阿媽逼嘅，反而係我爸阿媽逼我唔好練，就因為我練得太多。咁但係我就希望大家要玩樂器嘅學生啦，就係希望你哋學緊或者玩緊嘅時候試下，可能有啲人學到好悶啊，或者係阿爸阿媽逼我。其實試下揾一啲覺得開心嘅位，喺等自己學嘅時候冇咁覺得冇咁悶。其實我覺得學習都係咁嘅啫，所有嘅學習都係，無論咩科目都係。咁所以大家盡量嘗試下揾一啲叫做開心啲嘅位咧，等你學得開心啲，咁你哋就會進步得快啲啦。OK， 好啦，大家都 ready 啦，咁我哋下一隻歌。 question。好啦，咁我哋不如都揾一揾我哋其他嘅，即係我以前大學嘅同學仔講翻少少關於呢個 project 嘅嘢啦，好唔好？咁我哋 Jordan Gheen。
Hey y'all, how we doing? We feeling good? How you doing? Just to get a feeling for it, how many of you speak English? Let's raise your hand. Okay, we got some of you. I'm gonna do my best to make it easy. I'll speak slowly. Very cool to be here with y'all right now. Seeing so many new people and getting to play this music for so many new people is definitely one of my favorite things to get to do. And I know I speak for these guys when I say this, it's always incredible to be able to play this music for people that has never heard it, or maybe even never seen music like this ever. Who's heard music like this before? Anybody? We got a few of you. You like it? We like what we're hearing? Yeah, awesome. So I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of background to kind of how this music came together, because it's kind of a strange process than normal. Usually when we record music like this, we're set up kind of like this, you know, and we're just playing together and someone's pressing record, there's some microphones, and that's usually how the albums you hear are made. But this was a kind of a fun scenario where we did this all just on the internet, like just communicating through Zoom calls, because Alan was here in Hong Kong and me and Matt and Mike are in Texas in the United States. So we're like, okay, if we're gonna make an album, but we can't be in the same room, what's that gonna be like? It was kind of an interesting thing to start with. You know, it's like, all right, well, we know what kind of music we like, we know what kind of music we want to make, so let's see if we can go from there. So, have you guys done a lot of Zoom calls? Just sitting there and just talking to someone on a screen, right? Like maybe it's your phone or something? That's how we made this music. You know, it's like someone would have an idea, Alan would be like, hey, I have this guitar part, and he would send it to us, and then we would go, okay, what do we want to do with that? You know, like, do we want to make it like this? Do we want to make it like this? And thankfully with technology, we were able to put together some really interesting things from what you just heard in terms of composition. So, for example, you know, I would come over here and I would play some weird sounds or something and be like, hey, do you guys like that? And thankfully, you know, they're my guys, so they enjoy it. You know, they're like, yeah, more, give us more, yeah, come on. So a lot of the stuff that you're hearing, you know, even though we're playing on, you know, maybe instruments that, you know, we didn't have at home, it's kind of fun to be able to dive in and find something, you know, some new sounds. So I'd put a keyboard part on something, and then we'd send it over to Matt, and he has drums at his house that he can record, so he'd sit down, play a bunch of drums to it, and then we'd get Mike in there, he'd start playing bass, and then we'd put it all together, and it's like, oh yeah, that actually sounds like a song. You know, where it started just like, okay, maybe it was a guitar thing, or maybe it was just drums, you know, like Matt would send us just him playing a drum loop, and we would just try to figure out, okay, what would be something cool to do with that? I always really enjoy that kind of writing, because I can just listen to drums and go like, okay, what's this kick sound like? You know, what's this snare sound like? Where are they at? And then try to make the best of, maybe I can put something that fits with that, you know? So, like the first song you heard, for example, is called Pulse, and it's on the album that if you like what you're hearing, you can go listen to. It's called Between Now and Never, and it's by Invisible Architecture. It's on Spotify, it's, you know, there's stuff on YouTube, you know, it's on Instagram, you know, so anything like that you like, you can go listen to. But, you know, it's like that song, for example, you know, Alan came in with a chord progression. He was like, hey, this sounds pretty cool, like, what can we do with this? And then, I guess because I have to add a lot of notes to everything, I went in and I was just like, okay, here's a pretty wild melody. Do we like this? It's gonna be hard to play, but do we like it? And everyone's like, yeah, that's it. Let's roll with that. So I feel like that's always something that's really fun about this kind of stuff, is putting it together and hoping that, you know, we all kind of hear what we're going for with it. You know, like what was the goal and how did it come across? You know, that second song, Drop Spot. Like that wild drum stuff at the end where he's just playing a ton of stuff, that was something that you know, when that came to be, we were all super excited about because it was like, man, I don't know what you're playing, but it sounds awesome. Please keep doing that. So we've just been trying to put these songs together that way. The one we're going to play next is one that Matt put together and had most of it already written by the time that we even heard it. And he just was like, hey, what do you guys think of this? And thankfully, once again, because he's a brilliant composer, we were all just like, yeah, I mean, that's cool. Let's just roll with that. There's nothing more we need to really do with that one. So it's kind of been a really cool process because usually like I said, when we would record, we're just sitting here playing like this, just hanging out, you know, just playing. But this was just all online, you know, just like looking at each other through our computer screen going like, hey, was that cool? Did you enjoy that? It's like, yeah, that was fun. Let's see what else we can do with it. So if, you know, that was just a little bit of a, if anyone's trying to get into making music, you know, it's like I think we're in a cool place technologically where you don't even necessarily have to be in the same room playing to be able to make some really cool music. Is anyone in here a musician? Does anyone play music? I got one, I got a couple. That's awesome. Is there music here? Like, do you get taught music here? Anybody? Okay, not really? Okay. So just kind of for fun, like on your own? All right, man, I would say, you know, if you're trying to make anything, especially if it's, you know, your own music, you know, it's cool to be able to get in and make it with some other people in the same room. That's like definitely the most fun thing that I think we probably can do. But it was cool to be able to do the next best thing, you know, and do it online. So this one that we're gonna do in a second, like I said, it's the title track from the album. It's pretty different from the first two. So I'm excited to see if you guys like that. So we're gonna play that, and then you know, we'll talk a little bit more later. But yeah, just wanted to kind of share a little bit of that with you, just so you kind of knew what the process was like, and we'll see what else we can talk about. If anyone is thinking of questions, try to keep them in, and at the end, we'll be able to try to answer your questions. You know, so be thinking about that. So thank you. We're gonna play this next one between now and then.
係啦，我哋去到最後都會有個 Q&A section，咁所以如果大家有問題都可以準備。OK，thank you。 咁我哋就仲有一首歌準備俾大家。咁呢首歌叫 Hyper Control， 咁亦都係一首都相當難嘅歌，因為我都學咗好耐先數到個拍子。咁所以如果有大家有學過樂器嘅，可以都試下數下數唔數到呢個拍子。呢個拍子都係我哋個鋼琴手阿 Jordan 佢諗出嚟。咁再介紹一次我哋嘅樂手先，由我最左手邊 Jordan Gheen on the keys。Megan on the drums， 邊個啊？係啊 ，Mike Luzecky on the bass。 多謝晒各位同學仔，再一次 Jordan Gheen on the keys。Megan on the drums. Yeah, so I mean, Mike Luzecky on the bass. Yeah, so OK， 唔該晒。我交翻俾兩位同學仔先。我哋有個 Q&A session 啊，而家就係。
唔好意思咁多位，因為時間關係就個 Q&A session 就取消咗。咁我哋梗係有請副校長多得聽上嚟翻紀念品同埋合照留念啦。
咪先，有冇真係好彩瞓嘅問題？都睇下個台下有冇啲，我哋快到啊！我哋。
我想聽耶穌歌嗰個聲。
你抄啦。
一 B 陳柏龍。我想聽耶穌歌嗰班聲，佢從來未講過任何嘢。
耶穌。
答唔答到？